Let me show you a dashboard that you can use to track all of your lead gen efforts and know what you have done or what your team have done so far. So this is what that dashboard could look like. As you can see here, you have the total number of people or total number of businesses that have been scraped, the ones that have been enriched to get more details, the ones that have been qualified, and the ones that have been reached out to and have replied, the ones that have ended up booking a call. You can see your live activities here, people that ended up booking a call. You can see that Bedbed booked a call, Hugh booked a call, and then outreach has been sent to all your activities. Just come here and upcoming calls that are beyond 7 days. And the difference between so when you're looking at the dashboard and when the call was booked is more than 7 days. You will see them coming up here. These calls, like you can see here, calls that already passed, but upcoming calls, if you had any, would come up here. And if you come down to this other side, you would see a breakdown of all of your leads, their score, their quality, their status. Have they booked a meeting? Have they been reached out to, and the dates that they were scripted. Down here in your actions, you can also see if you want to trigger an enrichment. Say you have new leads that just come in and want to trigger an enrichment, sorry, or you want to send out outreach to them, or you want to pause all the outreach that is currently running, or you want to see the score, the trace, or you want to preview the outreach, like people that are in the pipeline to be reached out to. You can also do that from here. So as you can see how effective this dashboard looks, how effective and organized this dashboard looks like. Let me take you to the back end and the raw data that fits this. This is a typical back end. This is the back end that feeds this or controls this, and all the data that it has here, all the data that is here is automatically fed into this using four automations that I built. So this particular script, this particular sheet, as you can see, contains all of the information about the what's it called, about the lead, including the dates and the dates that it was scraped, their score, their qualification score, their enrichment data, which is this business summary, their target audience, their personalization outreach, their signal summary, the dates they were enriched, as well as their status. Have they been reached out to, and the dates that they send the outreach to? Have they replied to the message? Have they booked a meeting? What the dates that they booked the meeting for? So all of these are the back end data that we received from our automation. So I'm just going to take you to the automation so I can walk you through each of the automations and the data that they provide for our spreadsheet, which automatically feeds our front end. So here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are the 5 automations that actually feed that spreadsheet, and that feed that spreadsheet, which automatically shows up in our front end. So the first system is the lead scraping system. I have a video where I properly break down how this is built, so you might want to check that out. I might link it in the description as well. So what this one does is that it goes in and searches the Google Maps and finds website or finds businesses that we are targeting. So if you're targeting restaurants, you're targeting hotels, you're targeting barber shops, you're targeting whatever we're targeting, right? It will find those businesses on the map and bring them to us. So once it brings them to us in here, we can now go in and scrape their website, find details about them on their website, their social media handles, their WhatsApp, their call number, so we can also reach out to them via calls and everything using this Apify. And once it has found those data for us, it can now feed it into our spreadsheet. So on our spreadsheet, we'll now have like the name of the business, the website of the business, their WhatsApp handle, their call handle, their address, and their social media handle. So that's what this setup right here is going to give us at the end of the day. So then we'll now move over to the second module, the second setup, right? So the second setup is going to take care of our, sorry, this is not the one. So here is the second system, which is the lead enrichment system. So what this system does is that every time we are finished scraping our leads and put them into a spreadsheet, it goes in and grab those leads and then goes in to scrape their website and fits it into our AI module, which in this case we're using OpenAI, and it uses that. And the OpenAI is asked to use that to analyze their business, see what is wrong with their business, and recommend services that we can offer to them. And the use case for this is a marketing agency. So if I go into my prompt, so that you can see what the prompt is looking like, you see that it's a marketing strategist. So it's going to give recommendations based on marketing standpoint of what the business will need or what the business is lacking from the website data that it has. And then it goes ahead to, of course, put that back into our spreadsheet for us. So at the end of the day, we'll have this enriched data now. We have their business summary, their target audience, their score, their quality, and also an outreach line, the intro line that we can use to reach out to them, and also their signals, like what were the things that it saw on the website that made a good fit for whatever service we're pitching to them. So once that is done and we have that, we are going to move over to our going to just save changes here. So we're going to move over to the third system, which is going to be the system that actually handles the outreach itself. In this case, I was using email, but if you are reaching out in mass and you of course should not use your email, you can at this point integrate the system to your email platform like your Instantly or whatever. But for this one, it was specifically for a small or a freelancer basically that is reaching out to lesser number of leads or lesser number of clients with their email. So that's the use case here. So a freelance marketing agency that's reaching out to a little low or smaller number of leads. So in this case, you can use your Gmail, but advisably, if you want to scale lead gen and you want to take it to like 1,000 leads, 1,000 emails per day, of course your personal Gmail is not recommended in this case. But in that case, so what outreach is going to do is that it will watch for your roles that have been enriched. So after your roles have been enriched, it only goes with the ones that you mark as qualified. And qualified for me here are the ones that have scored above 50 in our scoring. So in our lead score, any lead that is above 50 is qualified. So we use an AI with the lead with the personalization line and create what's it called an email and create a message or outreach email to send to the client. And once we do that, we all go ahead and send it via email to the lead, and then we update our spreadsheet as well. So that is the third system. The fourth system watches for those replies to also update our system, which is this one right here. So what it just simply does is watch for reply. So anytime a reply matches, someone in our leads database, we can of course just update that. Okay, that's this particular lead has responded to us, so that we can proceed with the follow-up messages that we are going to send to them if need be. The last one basically is the booking integration. So what this one does is that it watches for all our booking. In this case, I was using Calendly, although they Calendly have depreciated my account. So for you to be able to use this particular function, you have to be using a standard account, else you are not going to be able to use it. So what this one does is that it watches for your calendar event and searches if the email that was used to create that event is from a database, a leads database. Then it automatically maps that event to that person that, oh, they have booked for our discovery call or sales calls. Or alternatively, maybe we get on the phone with them, because of course we have their phone number. So we get on the phone with them and they eventually book a call. We'll be able to tell, okay, these are the people that reach out to, these are the people that ended up booking a call. So all of this system gives us data that we need in here, and this data in here now shows in our front end here. So instead of us to be looking at these messy things or looking at these four setups every time, or this messy database trying to figure out what, we see everything in grand scale here, neatly and fully arranged for us. Of course, this system can be tweaked for any business depending on how you handle your lead gen. Like I already said, if you're already passing through, if you also handle like phone calls, we can also integrate that here, showing you how many calls that your sales rep, how many leads that they ended up reaching out, so how many leads that they called. So every time they make a call, they'll just have to update their spreadsheets, and you'll be able to, as a business owner, you'll be able to track all of your sales or sales reps activities in one dash. You can see how many leads they reached out to, how many ended up booking, so you can see how effective which of your your sales reps are, or the effort on the work that they are putting in to help your business generate leads. So yeah, there's also other nuances to this. This was specifically built for, like I said, a freelance marketing agency. So it's more like a small team of people, more like a team of one or two person, a team of one person with the assistant, right? So it's easier, right, that way, and they can keep up with the email, using emails to reach out to the leads right now. But eventually, as they begin to scale and they begin to want to do like 100, 500 emails per day, if they want to get to 500, 1,000 emails per day, of course the outreach system will be slightly different, because we need to be able to put into consideration that we need volume as well. So yeah, I really hope you found this useful. Do let me know what you think about this. If you have any suggestions about things that we can tweak here, Of course, you can let me know if you are a business owner and you want to own a dashboard like this for your business that gives you clarity and makes you not look at those messy files every day, those messy spreadsheets that you clearly struggle to find data and you don't get the best analysis that you want. You can also reach out to me or let me know in the comment. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video to any business owner that you see struggling with the messy spreadsheets and all of that, because you can actually integrate your spreadsheet to a dashboard like this and have clean data every time you look at it. Like you can see here, this was updated less than a minute ago, so every time data comes into our spreadsheet, it automatically updates here in real time. So there is no, oh, we did not load up. Yeah, you are good. So yeah, that's the wrap for me today, so I will see you tomorrow.